Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back, Treetop Garage. As you can see, real quick, we got a couple more signs up on there. I was at a place, we had a whole bunch of different ones, and I got the two on the end there, one there, one, oh, backwards, right there. So, anyways, just a quick update video on some stuff we got done over the last week. I didn't really film anything. I should have probably filmed a couple things, but we're getting real close. Got the steering all beefed up to where I don't flex anymore. The only thing I'm waiting for now, steering wise, is the tie rods in this thing. I don't know if they put used stuff in the tie rod and tie rod bar, but they're pretty wore out and they're loose. So I'm waiting on, I bought new tie rods, I'm waiting on them. They're supposed to be here, I think, tomorrow. And I got some other parts coming too that'll be here this week. And I'll go over that in a few minutes. Also, real quick, you know what? I'm going to flip you around and we'll go over some stuff. I got something, a little announcement for you guys. And yeah, so I'll pause it, we'll flip around, and I'll go over some stuff here. Hold on, guys. Alright, so first thing, as you can see right now, we got an electric fan on there. That came, I think, Thursday. But one of the first things I did over this last week was I beefed up the steering arm. You can see I put a gusset in there, and I doubled the thickness of the arm where it's bolted with those two bolts there, those grade 8 bolts. So we're good there, no flex. And then the other side, where the steering box was flexing pretty good. So I went ahead and I put a big old, that's about 3/8 gusset there, and I put a gusset right there too, because this is kind of wide. I didn't want it flexing. So I want to trim this with a diagonal cut right there. But it's not flexing at all now. Also, I found out yesterday, we were having an issue with the front brakes. The front brakes were working, but they weren't going back at all. When you let off the pedal, they weren't retracting. So, I don't know if you could see them or not, but I ended up putting new calipers on the front because the other ones were just, I popped one of the pistons out of one of them, and they were full of rust. This car, the calipers that were in the car, that came with, I'm guessing, the Speedway axle back in the day. They must have sat in the car for a while, like maybe some moisture got to them or something, but they were really rusted up bad in there. The bores were really rusty, and that the fluid was just full of crap that came out of there. So I tried to pull one apart. I was going to rebuild it, but I couldn't get the boot out of there. I've never rebuilt these kind of calipers before, so I wasn't sure exactly how to do it. And so we found some on a local place. I think it was O'Reilly's or something. Had them for $30 a piece. So I went in and pulled both calipers off. And my son went and grabbed the two new ones, and we put them on yesterday. Got the brakes all bled out. We did have a rear line that was, one of the flares was leaking a little bit on the rear on this side. And in the middle of that, making the new line, my Harbor Freight brake flaring tool pretty much completely fell apart. One of the pins that holds the screw-in part where you put the line through and you clamp it with that piece, that broke. And one of the little disc pieces that has a little nub that goes in the line, that broke off. So, but we were able to get one line made up, and it's working good now, it seems like. So, I don't know if well, you guys can see there's some water on the floor, and I'll show you what happened there. So, we had it out. I pulled it out yesterday. I wanted to run it again. My son was over. We were doing some things, and when I made this, we had to make this bottom radiator hose up. And because it's such a short run and it has a couple bends in it, it was really hard to find anything that was going to work. So I bought this little, I want to say it's 1 3/4. It's like it's 4 radiator hoses. It's like a splice. That was about the only way you could really get this to work with this radiator. So we spliced. I took actually the original bottom water radiator hose that was on this engine when I got it. You guys might remember, for a while it had the 2 radiator hoses hanging off of the front. We actually were able to cut some of it off and kind of splice it together and make it work. So it's working now. It did have a drip. I think that's after running it for a while and it got warm. One of these clamps was just a little bit loose, so I went through, I tightened all those clamps up, and I tightened the 2 top clamps up, and there's no water now. In fact, I had a piece of cardboard under there for a while, for like an hour, and it didn't drip once. So, yeah, so we're good there. What else? And I know I got to change this fuel filter. I actually forgot. I went to the auto parts store and totally forgot. So you let your fans wired up to a switch. We did get, let's go to the back. So I did order some new tail lights. Just the outer chrome with the lenses. There was some on eBay. They're still on there for 60 bucks. So I was going to buy those. I went on eBay. And these 2 popped up with the lenses. And there's little retainers, which the only reason I didn't use the ones I have 2 sets of these. But they're pitted really bad. And didn't have the retainers. There's little tiny sheet metal retainer things that hold the lenses in. And I found these for $25. So I bought them, and they're actually in pretty nice shape. This one's nicer than the other side. The other side's got a little bit of pitting, but I mean, for what I'm doing here, that's perfect. The other ones I have are way worse off. Let's see. This is one of the better ones. I mean, that's probably the best one, actually. So, yeah, we took, so yeah, we got that. Like I said, I'm waiting on tie rods. So, we also, wow, we're at it. And by the way, I apologize. We got stuff everywhere. We pulled this thing out yesterday. It's the first time I ever got actually able to sweep the barn out here. So, the wiring is just about done. There's a couple wires hanging that we have to finish for like turn signal indicators and something else. I think the high beam. And I had to hook the heater up over there. I want to hook up, I got a switch for that. So we got, let me turn the key on here. So we have all the gauges. And they all work. So that's good. The fan. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. It works well. I haven't had to use it yet. Of course, I haven't driven it yet. And the brakes are working good. Headlights work. You can see they're on up there. I put LEDs in the back. So they're working pretty well. They're pretty bright. Those are glass lenses too. So let me show you this. This is actually, the gauges have lights on them. They all work. So let's check this out. This is one of the cooler things that I like. So there's the tack. So yeah, the gauge, the tack works too. And I believe it has a light in it. I think. Yeah, it's got a light in it. I know we hooked it up because I saw it earlier, or yesterday. So, as you guys saw in the other part of the video, as soon as I get out of here. Oh. The seats, I got the brackets all done. I just need to mount them. I don't have the hardware at the moment. But I need to mount these seats. Probably tomorrow will be the job for tomorrow. Mount these seats in here. Clean up in here. It's all dirty. Back seat needs to be, I think it needs reinstalled a little bit better. And I want to get kind of all this stuff off the roof. But then, like I said, I'm waiting on some parts. And they should be here, most of the stuff this week. I do have the a connection like this for the TV cable for the trans. That's coming. I think that'll be your Tuesday. Transmission cooler will be here, I think tomorrow, something like that. It's one or the other, I can't remember. I did reset the timing. I set it to about 10 degrees. From what I was reading, these 283s are really like 10 to 12 degrees. And also, yesterday, I don't know if you guys noticed in the previous running video I did, it might not have been the last one, but one of those videos I had of this thing running after it warmed up, when you give it throttle and you let off, or when you give it throttle and it starts to idle down, it whistles. And I figured out, did it yesterday too after it was running for about 20 minutes. It's coming from this spacer or the gaskets. And this is a plastic spacer, so 2-inch. So what I did was last night I went on, I think, eBay, and Summit sells a brand of stuff called Speedmaster or something like that. And I bought an aluminum spacer, which will actually look better in here probably anyways. So I'm gonna change this out, and I'm gonna put new gaskets in there. And I am gonna go ahead and recheck and retorque all these intake bolts too. I haven't done that since I've had it running a few times. So, but other than that, I mean, this it starts up pretty easy. It runs good. One thing, no reason I know that something's leaking here, like I said, with the whistling, not only the whistle, but after it warms up, it seems like the idle wants to climb. So that means we're getting an air leak somewhere. And I would guess it's got to be somewhere in here. It could be the intake too. Like I said, I'm going to retorque all that stuff. But so I do want to take these valve covers off and check all the rocker arms, make sure all the rocker arms are good. I think this side had one that was a little bit loose maybe, like before I put it in. But I got to check that stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, this thing ran a good half hour yesterday just with this fan. And it never got like over 190. 190 seems to be about where it stayed at. I'm just running water in here right now. I wanted to get this. The reason I'm running water is I wanted to flush this motor out. It had kind of a little bit of rust in the block, so I wanted to make sure we got all that out. So, and actually the water's not really that dirty. So, but yeah, I'm waiting on tie rods. I want to hook the TV cable up. And a few other little things, and I want to take this thing just down the street, if anything, see how it's going to do. I think the brake light, I'm having an issue with the brake lights, like I said. I think what it is because I think I used my meter and the little pressure switch in this proportioning valve right here, I don't think is working. So they do make an add-on one that you can put in line somewhere. I think I might do that. I might put it like down in here somewhere. Or I may try to just rig up one electric one that goes off the pedal. Not sure how I would do that though. But that's the two options. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that. The right and left turn signals don't seem to be blinking. They turn on, but they don't blink, and I think it's because there's no indicator lights hooked up. Not sure, but I think that might be the problem. Everything else is good. I checked the flasher. I switched it with the hazard. The hazards work fine. So I switched the flasher with the turn signal flasher, and switched them, and the hazards still work, but the turn signals still don't flash. So I checked the fuse. The fuse was good. And so, yeah, I don't know. So I did change the fuse just to make sure, but still nothing. So, my announcement, real quick. We got stickers. So, if you guys want a sticker, and I bought 100 of these, so I think I gave my son a couple, and I put 2 on the car. So I have, probably about 97 left or something. So if you guys want a sticker, I'm going to put my email down below. I'm going to ask $2 as a donation. That's with shipping, because I'm going to pay for the shipping too. So you guys get a hold of me through email. You can pay me through PayPal. You can send me a money order or whatever you want to do. But yeah, just email me. We'll work something out. And I'll send you a sticker. These are nice waterproof, shiny stickers. Like I said, I got about 100 of them. So let me know. You'll be helping out the channel. All the money that I make off these will go back into the car, obviously, or into that Pontiac over there, which will be starting on hopefully once this thing's a little closer. I did get all the garnish moldings in too. This one needs cleaned up, and I need to do something with this maroon paint on the rubber. But I still need to put the glass in this side. The channel needs to be cleaned out, and I got to get some window urethane or something to glue this glass in here. That side's good to go. I finally did get the right screws for the inside moldings. So I do have to get some kind of trim or something to go inside this upper track, because there's nothing there to like hold the window in place when it goes up. The other side has it, but I don't know what you would even call it. I mean, upper window trim or seal or something. I don't know. I'll find something that'll probably work. But yeah, I mean, that's all I can think of at the moment. other than that, everything's working pretty good. Yeah. I mean, so you guys let me know what you think. Definitely give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet, for sure. And hit me up for a sticker if you want one. Like I said, I'll leave my email down below. hydtim@gmail.com. And I'll put it below, too, in the description. So hit me up if you want a sticker. And like I said, $2 with shipping, donation. And I'll send you, that's a piece. So if you want two of them, maybe like $4 or whatever. And yeah, we'll work something out if you want one, if you don't have PayPal or something like that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave me a comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.